Buenos días, amigos. Vamos a empezar con nuestra canción. We're going to start with our song. You can probably hear the fourth graders next door. They're being kind of loud right now. Okay, so remember you're going to hum along. Or you can just listen and think. Listen with your ears and think, or you can hum. Okay. Buenos días, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias, muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? ¿Y tú? Remember, buenos días, good morning, ¿cómo estás? How are you? Muy bien, gracias, very well, thank you. ¿Y tú? And you. Muy bien. Okay. Today we're going to start with some greetings. And greetings are things that you say to people when you first see them or when you're first writing to them, if you're writing a note or an email, or if you see them in person and you go up to them and you say something, right? That is a greeting. And so I'm going to try something that I haven't done before, which is to switch my screen while I'm talking to you, and hopefully it's still recording me. Okay, so first I want you to raise your hand quietly if your first language is English. That means that when you were a baby and your parents were, or your relatives or whoever is with you at home is raising you and taking care of you as a baby, what language they were speaking to you as a baby. So in some cases, people learn more than one language at the same time. Like one person might be speaking Spanish and one person might be speaking English to you while you're growing up. But most people grow up in a household where one language is being spoken. And so I want to know if your first language, when you were first born and a baby, was English, if English was the language that you were hearing. So raise a quiet hand. And English is the language that I'm speaking to you right now. This is English. Okay. So right now, I want you all to close your eyes. Close your eyes. Make sure that you can't see anybody. And I would just want you to listen to my voice and think about what I'm saying. Imagine that you're at a park. And for a while, you're the only one there with your grown-up. You have been down the slide 10 times, and you have been swinging for 5 minutes, and still no one is there, just you and your grown-up. And it's kind of fun at first, because you're entertaining yourself on the swing set and the playground, but you're starting to wonder if any other kids are going to show up. Finally, another kid arrives. You are so happy to have someone else your age to play with. You go up to her to introduce yourself, but she does not understand you because she speaks Spanish. What could you say to her? So I want you just to think for a minute. What could you say to this girl who has just arrived at the playground and you're so happy and you want to play with her? But she doesn't speak English, she speaks Spanish. So I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to think about what you could say in Spanish when you go up to her. You can keep your eyes closed for this. Okay, you can pause the video here and your teacher will call on some of you if you have some ideas about what you might say to this girl in Spanish when you come up to her. Okay, so I'm wondering what answers that you may have shared. And I'm going to share with you some of the answers that I was thinking about. I was thinking about hola. I was thinking about ¿Cómo te llamas? What is your name? ¿Cómo te llamas? I was thinking about telling her my name, Me llamo Teacher Blythe. And then if we really wanted to get into like a conversation, I could say to her, ¿Cómo estás? How are you? ¿Cómo estás? And she might answer, and she might be speaking really quickly because if she thinks I know Spanish, she might say, oh, oh my goodness, I'm so happy to have encountered someone who speaks Spanish, who speaks my language. And she might say, woo, and talk really, really fast. And I might be like, oh, I don't know what she's saying. But you can probably guess, because if you said to her, ¿Cómo estás? She probably said, estoy bien, or something like that. And that would be so exciting for you and she to be communicating in Spanish, even if you're not understanding every single word that she says to you. So I want you to repeat after me. Hola. Me llamo, and then say your name. So I'm going to say me llamo Teacher Blythe, and you're going to say me llamo your name. Okay? Me llamo Teacher Blythe. Muy bien. ¿Cómo te llamas? You can repeat it after me. ¿Cómo te llamas? What is your name? Muy bien. Now repeat after me. ¿Cómo estás? How are you? ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. Yo estoy feliz. I am happy. Yo estoy feliz. Muy bien. Do you remember what estoy means? What does estoy mean? Raise a quiet hand. If you said it means I am, you are right. Estoy, I am. Estoy feliz. Estoy bien. Estoy mal. Estoy así, así. And then remember there's some other, those are bien, mal, así, así, good, bad, okay, right? And then there's also estoy feliz. Estoy triste. Estoy triste. Estoy enojado. Y estoy sorprendida. Sorprendida. Sí, ¿recuerdas? Do you remember those words? So I want you to practice saying them after me. Estoy bien. Estoy mal. Estoy así, así. Estoy sorprendida. Estoy enojada. Estoy triste. Estoy feliz. Muy bien. So this is a pie chart. It's called a pie chart because it's round like a pie, and then it's divided into these different sections. So this is a pie chart of the languages that are spoken in the United States. And this is actually a little bit old, like maybe 10 years. But it's still relevant. It's still something that we can pay attention to today. And so I just wanted you to have an idea of the number of people who speak Spanish in the United States, in our country. So this dark blue part right here, this is people who speak English, right? Most people in the United States speak English, 79.7%. That's almost 80%. That's a lot. This section right here, this light blue section, is the next biggest section in the pie, and it is Spanish. So this represents the number of people in the United States who speak Spanish, and it's put in here as a percentage, but it's based on the number of people. So there are a lot of Spanish speakers in the United States. And so the little scenario I gave you where you're at a playground and someone comes and the girl only speaks Spanish, that could actually happen because in the United States, there are many, many, many Spanish speakers. And then all of these other little slivers here, the purple, the green, the blue, the yellow, these are all other languages. So Chinese, Hindi, Filipino, Vietnamese, German, Korean, French, and it goes down the list. But English is the biggest and Spanish is the second biggest. So that's a pretty big deal. And I think that it's part of the reason that I'm so glad that you're learning Spanish because there are a lot of people in our country who speak it. We are going to make a cartoon using los saludos, using the greetings. And I'm going to show you an example of a cartoon that I did on the computer. You're going to do yours on paper. So I drew these two girls, dos niñas, who are meeting each other at the playground. So the one in the yellow is saying, Hola, ¿cómo te llamas? Hello, what is your name? And the one in the purple and blue, el morado y el azul, dice, the one in the purple and the blue says, Hola, me llamo Zoe. Hola, me llamo Zoe. So they're telling each other their names, right? The first one, the one in yellow says, Hola, ¿cómo te llamas? And the one in purple says, Hola, me llamo Zoe. So that's one option for your cartoon. Another option would be to say, ¿Cómo estás? How are you? ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien. ¿Y tú? I'm well. And you? So you could do ¿Cómo estás? Or you could do Hola, ¿cómo estás? And then the person can answer, Hola, estoy bien. Or just estoy bien. And then the second person in the purple and blue, el morado y el azul, is also saying, and you? She's continuing the conversation. She's asking back to the other person, and you? In other words, how are you? Tell me how you are. So, ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien. ¿Y tú? So this is another option of a cartoon that you could draw. So you're going to get some paper, and you can use your crayons or colored pencils or markers, whatever you have in your classroom. You can use them to draw your own cartoon. I used a computer, so I had a background of a picture of a playground. You can use whatever you want for a background. It doesn't have to be super detailed. The important part in your cartoon is that you have two people, at least two people, who are saying something with these speech bubbles that I used, like these little circles that come off of the person's mouth, like with an arrow or a line, so that we can see what the person is saying. So you're going to have two people at least, and they should be greeting each other at the playground. You can use this slide, this image that you're looking at, to help you with the spelling of the words that you're going to use in your cartoon. So you should have two people, and they should each be greeting each other. And it should be in some kind of park or playground or house, or you should have some kind of background. So not just two people, but you should create a background, and it can be whatever kind of background you want. It can be outside, it can be inside, but you want to, fill a lot of your paper, not just have two stick figures in the middle. Okay, buena suerte. Good luck. So I can't wait to see your cartoons, your drawings, what you came up with. Your teacher will make sure that I get them. And so we're going to say adios. So you can hum along, or you can just listen with your ears, but you can't sing in your classroom. I'm alone in my room, so I can sing. Estoy sola. Okay. Adios means goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Adios means goodbye. Adios, amigos. Adios, amigos.